Weekly update, GoJacks.com, talking women's basketball, joined by Aaron Johnston, the head coach. We have come to the end of the regular season. Summit League tournament time is here. What a fun time of year this is.
Yeah, just love this time of year. And you can kind of see it, not just with South Dakota State, but just around the Midwest. Everybody's kind of in tournament mode, whether it be high school levels, other college levels, and it kind of trickles into this Summit League tournament, which kind of comes towards the end of all of that. So it's really a great buildup. I think from our perspective, the Summit League tournament has become a destination event for a lot of fans, not just Jackrabbit fans, but others too, and obviously quite a few more Jackrabbit fans. But people look forward to it. They put it on their calendar months in advance. They plan around it, and it's just become a phenomenal event where everybody goes to a great venue and really kind of has a special few days of basketball.
You closed out the regular season on Thursday night in Fargo. You said to your team this was an opportunity for them to really make their last statement, to show how far they've come, and I believe they passed that test with tremendous grades.
Yeah, we played really well, I thought, in Fargo, from the beginning all the way through the end. We had just a great energy from the team, great focus from the team. Balance, I think, was important for us, too. Making some early shots, I think, really set the tone for the rest of the game. Our defense this year has been really good. You know, you always have some games that don't go you want, but overall our defense has been really solid. And I thought our defense in that game was exceptional. Really made it hard for them to get to the basket. We mixed up some coverages, which I think was good this time around from the first time around. And offensively just had a mentality we were going to attack the basket. The first game I thought we were very much a jump shooting team, but in this game we got ourselves going to the rim far more than we did early. And I think that really set a good tone for us throughout the game.
I don't know if you would completely agree, but it just seems like the last 3-4 weeks you're playing more comfortable within yourselves as a team.
Oh, I think so. I just think that's been a work in progress all year. Some of it's been the different injuries and things that have come up. Some of it's been us as coaches, really trying to tweak and find what we think is the best plan for the team. And I said this before, but I give them a ton of credit because that's not easy when, you know, every couple of weeks you're like, hey, we need to try this or need to try that. I think all of those have been good. Some of them I haven't liked, I'm sure the team would agree. Some of them have been good, and ultimately you're trying to get to this point of the year and play elite basketball, and I think our team is close to that. So now it's going to be a matter of putting it kind of in practice here. This week will be a really competitive week for us. Not a long week, but very competitive as we try and get ourselves in that mindset to go down to Sioux Falls and be ready to go.
And you talked about it being such a destination event. Man, that building, the Denny Sanford Premier Center, they come out in droves. They're dressed in yellow and blue. This is an environment that, particularly in women's basketball, you don't get in a lot of conferences.
Yeah, it's absolutely one of the best conference tournaments in the country. It is. You know, we have people that come to it that have a chance to go to others too, and they're all on board. This is like no other tournament. So we're really lucky to have it. You know, what it's done for, I think, our league on the women's side has really made it more of a national event too. Obviously our fans make it a destination event, but people across the country see these games. They see it on TV, they see them streamed. They all know what this is all about. There's no doubt in my mind that this has elevated our league, especially on the women's side, to a point where it's become a national event, and that's a really cool thing.
All right, so as you look at this tournament, North Dakota is obviously the opponent on Saturday. You hope you'll be there with a couple other games after that. We begin with UND and that matchup. You've seen them twice before. We know there's not going to be secrets when it gets to this time of year. You know the style that they want to play, and you've got to find a way to better them in that regard.
Absolutely, and that's a tough style throughout the year. They're so physical, so aggressive. Pace of play is an issue. When you get down there in the tournament, games tend to be a little more physical. You know, it doesn't, officials don't want to go down there and make it a free throw contest. So we really got to be able to play through some of that and, you know, do it in a way that's effective for us. I think when you play their style and you get up and down at that pace, that definitely favors them. So we got to find the right comfortable, you know, speed that we want to play at with our execution. But we know the game is going to be physical. We know it's going to be a full court defensive game for them. A lot of different people can make plays. They'll run a lot of different people at us. So we'll have to have a good plan. And this week we'll spend a lot of time getting ready for that game, but also getting ready for just a lot of general situations. These games really come down to situations before half, you know, going in and out of quarters. How are you going to respond to some of those really detail-oriented times that make a big difference in the outcome of those games? So our scouting report stuff will be like we always do, but we also take some time this week and really try and do a great job in and out of those kind of special situations that seem to come up in these games.